What's up, everybody, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're hanging out with Lucas from Squid Industries.
Hey guys.
How you doing, Lucas?
Good to see you, Will.
It's good to see you too, dude. We have a little fun here.
It's been an awesome show. It's been a really great showing from everybody here.
We're only just getting started, and yet I feel as tired as though it was Sunday, so that's a good sign.
It means it's a good show.
As with every year, somehow you seem to have come up with a bunch more things to show me this year.
We try our best.
I guess, what's the situation with you guys at Blade Show right now? Because have you expanded once more?
This entire booth setup is pretty similar to last year.
Okay.
But we have added some really cool glass cabinets to the front.
I like the glass cabinets.
So it's just a lot more aesthetically pleasing for us. And yeah, overall, same design though.
I must say, so last time you had the RGB sign, I really like this setup.
Yeah.
It's clean.
So the RGB setup last year was a nightmare to set up.
Yep.
We had the separate neon sign that we're hanging in front of another banner. It was a whole pane. So we have this really nice built-in LED setup, and it's a lot better.
So the booth is about the same area.
Yep.
Same thing as before, as always. You guys have a huge crowd around you all the time.
Yeah.
But you're also doing a really good job of trying to contain our madness as flippers, and I love that. But what have you got going on product-wise?
Yeah.
What's new?
What's new? Yeah, so for our Blade Show this year, we're doing a cool new thing that we call the Spiral Krakens. It's got this really interesting spiral pattern right here on the face of the handle, so it doesn't have that old style texture that you're used to seeing, so it's got a different texture. And then it's got that speed channel on the side for all of you who really enjoy that weight reduction on the side of the handles. It also has that really awesome sound. Hopefully that translates into the actual microphone there, but it really enhances the sound. And overall, I think it's a really great addition to the Kraken family. It changes the balance very, very slightly.
I was about to say, does it flip any different than the original?
It is. I mean, it's hard for me to really say how different. You know, the handles are like 0.03 ounces lighter. Because where we remove the material is different from the original handle, it's hard to say if it's exactly, concretely going to be more neutral.
Do you mind if I try it?
Go ahead, yeah.
I love the spiral pattern. That's fantastic.
Thanks, Will.
How did that happen? Did that just
So I wanted to do something new this year. Every year, we always do some kind of color variant. Last year, we did the Damascus. I figured we'd actually make something different. That was one of the ideas I had. We entertain other patterns like geometric shapes like hexes and a frag pattern, sunburst, things of that nature. But in the end, this is what the guys at the shop voted on. Yeah, I'm sure we'll do more, but this is just the first one that we all really enjoyed.
I like the spiral pattern a lot. That's great. You have a couple different versions of it here, I noticed.
Yeah, so at the show, every product, so we have the Kraken Trainer, Bowie, and the Tanto, and we have all three of them in all inks and all silver. So this is the silver one, so go ahead and check that out.
I love the buoy.
Yep.
Always a fan of that. It still flips like a Kraken. I think it's almost like the weight is ever so slightly more concentrated near the rear of the handle, but it's not a big difference at all.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't want to change it drastically because I think that people already enjoy how it flips.
Yeah.
So
here's the other thing, actually. I just realized I don't think I've actually really seen the new trainer blade before.
Yeah, that's right. So we released it earlier this year. So this is the V3 Kraken Trainer blade. This particular one, we released it because we wanted to make the balance closer to the live blades. So it's not exactly the same. I still want this experience to be unique, but I felt like the other one, the balance wasn't good enough for a lot of the flippers that wanted to enjoy the Kraken. So I decided to introduce a new profile, and what better way to do that than to make the best blade shape possible, which is obviously a Tanto. I mean, everyone knows.
You know what? I'll give you that because your Tantos are some of my favorite looking ones, especially this. You use the shapes to kind of accentuate the aggressive nature of the look of the Tanto, and I think you did a great job here. And it still has the stylings of that original buoy design, but I think it's been updated in a really nice way. And I must say, it feels really great to flip. So
I'm glad.
I think you guys did a great job with this. And the spiral pattern's just fantastic too.
Yeah.
All right, so what else do we have?
So what else? Well, we've got the first production release of the Madko.
Oh, this is production now.
This is production now. So last year, we showed it off as a prototype.
Yep.
So it's been a full year, and now we're finally ready to release the first 100. So
I remember really liking it when I tried it last year.
Yeah.
How much is different?
So the major difference really is right here in the gill area. So before, if you guys are familiar with the original Mako, it kind of looks like a bean almost.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have this look a little bit sharper because the geometry of the Madko is sharper.
Yep.
So for those of you who aren't familiar, the eye is in a more upset, angry face. So it's obviously mad. What's a mad Mako? It's obviously the Madko, clearly.
I love that.
And then also a really subtle detail too is that we converted this into another Tanto profile right there.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
It's a really tiny change. The rest of it is pretty similar. On the backside from this and the Madko, the Mako, is that we have obviously some pretty aggressive jimping for those of you who enjoy that. And then we have this small speed channel, which produces a great balance and also a really cool ring. So that one is, obviously it's got titanium hardware.
Yep.
Our Stonewash models right now have stainless hardware.
Okay.
We're not sure if we're gonna do all stainless or all titanium in future runs. I think I split it half and half because I wanted to see how people reacted to it. So that's something we're still entertaining.
I think it looks really nice with the titanium hardware, I won't lie. I think it is, I like a little pop of color in my life every once in a while.
I think because of the Tsunami, it feels kind of iconic for us to have kind of like that color at the top and bottom. I've grown really fond of that color scheme.
I must say though, I think something that's very exciting about the Madko is its potential for aftermarket modification.
Right.
I'd love to see what people are going to do with some weird anodizations on those handles. I think that'll be really cool.
Yeah, so earlier they already sold out, but we had blue and green at the show. And actually, for the lucky guy who didn't look, number 69 was anodized purple.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I don't think he checked. He just assumed that it was something else. But I hope he enjoys it.
That's so sick, actually. What?
Yeah.
So there's only one like that.
Only one like that.
Nice. All right. What else you got going on?
All right. So that's the show special. So now we're heading into the prototypes. So let's get started.
Secrets.
So I'd like to introduce you guys to our Weehawk Kraken profile. So this is a brand new blade shape that we're bringing and debuting here at the show. It's prototype number 1.
Oh, wow.
We haven't had a new profile for the Kraken in a while.
It's been a while.
You know, we did the Tanto in, was it 2018, 2019? Then the Bowie in 2020.
Yep.
So it's been quite a few years since we've had one. And so, you know, I thought it'd be cool to freshen up the line and add a new brother to it. And what better way to do that with a classic Weehawk? You know, Benchmade 42 is one of my favorite knives of all time. I took a lot of inspiration from that, you know, and yeah, I think that it came out really, really wonderful.
It's a really classical style Weehawk too. Like this is gorgeous. And I think you made it fit the handles very well as well.
Thank you.
I really am a fan of the Weehawk. You know, the Weehawk calls back to the Bowie stylings. Like they're very similar conceptually, but they have, the Weehawk with that swedge really has a bit of an attitude to it that I really like. And that also flips fantastically. Holy moly.
Thanks. Yeah, no, the reception here at the show has been really excellent. You know, a lot of people, they've really enjoyed the balance. But what's really funny is that a lot of people have given me all sorts of wildly differing opinions. One guy came up to me like, "Man, I'm so glad you made a blade heavy Kraken. Like that's awesome. It fits it perfectly." And then that came up to me like, "Man, this thing is super handle biased. It's way more handle biased than the Tanto." And I love that. I love that it's even more handle biased. So at this point, as long as they like it, man, like that's great. You know, that's obviously balance is all preference, and conception of neutral and blade bias and handle bias is kind of
up in the air. Honestly, that's the thing that I've found is like honestly the best sign about one of your new knives is that if you get completely the opposite opinions from like multiple people, you're probably doing something right somehow. I don't know why it's that way, but I feel like it is that way.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty wild. And you know, people have been really enjoying it, so I'm feeling great about the shape and moving forward with it.
Is that the gunmetal color?
This is the gunmetal.
I love the gunmetal. It looks really good.
Yep. So this is the gunmetal V3 handles. So yeah, we're really excited to bring this. Hopefully get a little bit more feedback from the flippers of the show. You know, I never launch anything just like purely straight from our facility. I like to incorporate community feedback. Hear what people have to say about the balance, the ergonomics, the aesthetic before I really finalize on something.
I think that's something that people really appreciate about your brand and honestly the balisong community in general, because there are a lot of people that take that feedback, and it's very important because companies like yourself are intimately related to
absolutely.
the community as a whole. I mean, literally started very viscerally as a member of the community.
Right.
So yeah, I love that you integrate that feedback and make that a part of your stuff, because like bringing your prototypes here and letting people try them out and getting opinions and stuff like that is awesome.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on. You guys are pretty familiar with this guy.
I was about to say, it's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot couple years. Sorry guys, I know every year, when's the Hydro coming out? When's
We're
the
just
Hydro
gonna
coming
keep
out?
teasing the Hydro every year until like people give up.
I'll keep it in prototyping stages for the next 10 years.
Yeah,
so.
but they'll like, we just gotta like, you gotta keep them wanting.
Yeah, it's gonna milk it for all it's worth, Just gotta keep building the hype. But anyways, in all seriousness, we've kept the blade the same since the last revision of the prototypes, but what we did change is we've revised the handles just a little bit, just a small amount. You might have noticed that the two holes at the top are now no longer there.
I see that.
It's now a hidden Zen pin design, so you want to take a look right there.
I love that. I so prefer hidden Zen pins. They are so nice.
The other thing too that I've changed is that before it used to have a barrel spacer, but now I've changed it to an Ultem spacer. So
the Ultem looks great in there.
Thank you. So the Ultem spacer is really cool because, for one, I wanted it to be light.
Yeah.
It's got a really unique aesthetic. I feel like it adds great contrast to the silver handles. One thing I really wanted to bring in the Ultem handles was a texture that people could use as jimping. Every time I do jimping on a balisong, I'm trying to do it slightly different each time. So if you look at all of the product lines that we have, no jimping is exactly the same.
Yeah.
So with the Hydro, rather than having the cutout on the actual handle itself, I have the jimping coming from the actual spacers that are protruding out from the spacers. So it's a slightly raised surface. You can feel that right there.
Oh yeah, that feels great actually. Wow, that gives you a lot of grip.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I flip it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's different.
Well, I tried to keep it the same as best as I could.
It's not like, it's. I think it's ever so slightly lighter maybe than the one I tried. But it's like, oh my God. Have you still been getting the same level of feedback on this thing that you did previously? Because I think all of the feedback at every Blade show so far has been, wow, I really like this.
Yeah, the feedback has been more, when are you going to release this so I can buy this?
Yep.
And, for the people who are curious, we are finally starting this project for real. We have several hundred blanks out for grinding.
Oh, man.
And that'll take some time because we're going to be doing that in-house.
Yeah.
But we're hoping to release the product, ideally Blade Show West. I know that I'm pretty bad about estimations, so that means next year's Blade Show West. But, that's the goal. And if not, then ideally by the end of the year at the very latest.
This has me very excited because I honestly think that idea of using the Ultem is such a good idea. I mean, first of all, it's just an amazing looking material in the first place.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Joe Hansen. I saw that on his story and I'm like, that's genius. So
there you go. Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That's just another example of the community influencing one another and us making some really cool shit out of it.
Yeah. And, since it's a sandwich style, we'll probably offer other spacer designs. I'm sure some people won't like the Ultem. Some people will prefer other materials, other looks. So I'll try to add variety for those who want something different.
That's great. I love getting to kind of like change out spacers and stuff because you get some really nice results.
Yeah, you can do full length, do short length, half length.
I'd love to see that with some faux channel spacers.
Right,
That'd be dope.
That'd be great. Last but not least, I've got a brand new prototype to show everybody.
Ooh.
So I'd like to introduce all of you to the Squiddy AL. We call him Al for short.
Oh, I like Al. Al looks very fun.
So check it out. Al is a full 6061 aluminum Squiddy. So he's got textured handle and textured blade. The textured blade is obviously just for aesthetic. I just thought that it added a cool, unique look to it because all the other Squiddies are generally uniform in look, so I thought that fit the theme well. It's also textured on the sides, so it's kind of hard to pick this up, but if you take a close look at that, Will...
That texture looks crazy.
Yeah, so we had to refine that so that it obviously wasn't like sandpapery, like chafing grip, but also enough so that it gave enough grip. So that was a hard balance to find. And yeah, it's got a pinless system, so there's no Zen pins, no tank pins. You can take a look at that. It's a very similar pinless system to the Swordfish.
Yeah, so this is like a weird like crossover between the Swordfish and the Squiddy.
That's right.
Meeting in the middle.
So the Swordfish is Chanwich, right? The one we showed last year. This is Channel pinless, full aluminum, and it also has the screws at the bottom. I thought that added a great aesthetic.
I like it.
And it adds obviously some minor modularity to the weight balance. So,
well, and it just connects it back to the original Squiddy in a way.
Yeah, why don't you take a look at those eyes? Does it look weird to you? What does that look like?
Why is that? There's something. Is that the weight system?
That's the weight system. So check this out. So obviously no nose, right? Oh no, where's the nose pin? I got you guys, don't worry, check this out. So if you put a hex key in the eyes, you can actually unscrew the eye out.
What?
Just like that.
Oh
And
my
boom.
God, it's got a set screw in the eyes. Dude.
So take that out.
And I really like the face too. That is just adorable.
Yeah, so all the other ones are kind of like ghostly and they're kind of like shocked looking.
Yeah.
But I thought it'd be cool to give him a smile, you know, because he's a happy dude.
He's just a happy guy. It's just Al, man. Everybody likes Al.
Yeah. I mean, I really missed the smile from the Squiddy G, so I thought it'd be cool to add a little smile and give him hair. You know, it's the first guy with hair.
I also, I like his hairdo, and I like that he has a bite handle marker. That's
right.
also a good
Yeah.
addition to the Squiddy. This is fun. Is there that much of a difference between weighted and unweighted blade, would you say?
I definitely think so.
Do you mind if I try it with the weights in there?
Yeah.
Does the other Al have it? Okay,
Yep.
cool. Other Al has me on lock. Oh, there is actually
it's
a
not
difference.
like a huge difference, but you know, enough that a flipper could appreciate.
Yeah, it's weird that it is noticeable. It's probably because it's so far away from the pivot point, but like
it's tiny, but they're really far from where it actually rotates around. So
it does have an effect. Wow, this feels great, dude.
thank you.
The texture is amazing.
Yeah,
Like
so
I
that's
really
actually
like
straight off the machine. So we really wanted to make it an affordable model. You know, like the Mako is an amazing product, but we wanted to have an aluminum product line that was in between the Squiddy and the Mako. By not having to go through the step of blasting, we're saving a lot of time and we're able to pass on those savings. So I'm hoping that when the production is ready, that I can offer this product for around, you know, $80, $85.
Wow, that would be amazing. And here's the other thing. I don't know if this will come across on camera, and with the persistence of vision that humans have, this looks awesome in the light.
Yeah.
Like the way that it
It's super
reflects
shiny.
the light is
Like
insane.
right off the machine, like aluminum looks gorgeous. Honestly, it's so shiny and it's really cool to see.
Do you have plans to anodize these any colors?
For sure. I mean, just like the swordfish, you know, you can anodize the blades, you can anodize the handles, so you can we're gonna have a lot of combinations. We're most likely gonna start off with just the raw silver aluminum like that.
I think it looks great already.
So yeah, so if you wanted a raw one and you want to save a little bit, you know, $80. If you wanted to perhaps get the cooler aesthetic and you really enjoy like an all red, all green, and all blue Squiddy AL, then that'll be, you know, maybe like $95. So there's options for everybody, for those who want to choose.
I think this will also be nice for the people that wanted to like mix and match, because I know people traded swordfish parts.
Yeah, absolutely.
The swordfish is a little bit harder to take apart, whereas I think this thing is going to be a breeze.
It should be super easy. Obviously, it's on a washer-driven system, and I think that we took a lot of time and care to make it. So hopefully,
the washers
I know you guys
are
can't see
insane.
that on camera.
There's no play. The washers in this thing are insane. That is, I mean, it's as good as your old Squid trainers, which ran on washers, which people slept on, but are actually amazing. I literally just went home and tuned up my younger brother's Squid Trainer V2.5.
Yeah.
And like he like had it, and it was like old, and like had a ton of slap, and I just took it apart, just scrubbed everything, put it back together, put some good oil on it, no play whatsoever. Beautiful. So I'm telling you, washers, people sleep on it, but if you do it right, it works out really well.
That's right.
Now there's one thing that I do want to highlight on here that I don't know if this is intentional or not, but it does speak to me in an interesting way. You see, I had to look, because that almost looks like a see-through sticker with the Squid Industries logo on it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many people know this, but the very first Squiddies that ever existed didn't have a laser-etched logo on it. They had a sticker. And so I don't know if that's intentional, but it does kind of look like a see-through sticker. I had to like check to see if it was.
So that was the inspiration. I mean, the original stickers were in the shape, the outline of the logo.
Yeah.
Right? And we used to stick them on the side of every Squiddy. So shout out to anyone who still has theirs.
Yeah. Brandon.
Mine still has the original sticker on it. The same exact one.
I hated putting those stickers on because getting them straight was really hard.
I bet. Oh my God.
So what we did here is that since the whole face is textured, the engraving actually looks terrible on the texture. It's like the engraving goes everywhere. So what we decided to do was to machine a really small recessed pocket so that we could put the logo there and it looks nice and clean.
I adore that. And yeah, it really does. It looks almost exactly like the sticker did with the way it goes around the logo.
Yep.
That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much for showing us all of these different prototypes and new things.
Wait, we're actually not done. This is the carbon fiber Nautilus.
Okay. We've seen the CF knot before.
You have? No, this is the first. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
My bad. I picked up the wrong one.
Oh,
sorry.
He's been standing. Lucas is very tall, is the thing.
What I meant to actually show
Oh my God.
was the Juggernaut. A perfect 2X replica of the Nautilus.
This is a perfect 2X replica.
That's right. Every dimension has been
Bad Brandon.
perfectly machined to be exactly to scale. So every piece of hardware, every handle, every scale.
It is like exactly the same.
Yeah.
That is nuts. I love that it's still the carbon fiber too.
Carbon fiber was gnarly to machine, but it looked and turned out really.
How gnarly is the bite? Oh man, the bite handle marker is much more gnarly now that it's huge.
Yeah. Can
do you mind if I hold
Go ahead,
it?
man. Yeah, be careful.
I will be careful.
It's very quiet.
It's really quiet.
Just like a regular Nautilus, it's really quiet. The Megalodon is like a loud ringing machine, but this guy is kind of a silent flipper. It's really interesting.
It's weird how quiet it is, but it is like legit almost silent.
Yeah.
Dude.
It also runs on bushings as well, just like a regular Nautilus.
Oh, so this is on actual bushing.
Yeah. So a regular bushing is a 3/6 inner diameter and a 1/4 inch outer diameter. So you multiply that by 2. So the inner diameter of the Juggernaut is 3/8, and the outer diameter is going to be 1/2 inch.
So it's a 1/2 inch bushing inside of there.
That's right.
Holy moly. This is awesome, dude. I'm sure Brandon is drooling over there. Yeah.
Hold on. You take this.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Lucas,
Yeah. You guys share.
You get that, and it's on autofocus, so we're good. Hello. What's up, guys? Welcome to the end-ish of the video. In today's video, Lucas and I are gonna stare at the camera directly for 60 seconds without blinking. Anyway.
Wow, you really tried to throw him under the bus there, didn't you?
I wanted to commit, but I couldn't do it. I wasn't physically prepared.
Yeah, no, he didn't prepare you for that bit at all. Oh yeah, let me get back. I need to see you doing that.
It really is weirdly quiet. Both of my Nautili are very important to me, my Nautilus V1 and my Nautilus V2. So this is like adding my 2 Nautili together, and you wouldn't get this much material from 2 Nautiluses. This is, I feel, exactly what a 2 times Nautilus should feel like, though. And it's weirdly like, I feel like it's twice as much as like a thud, because the Nautilus kind of has it, like a good clack and a good thud. It's really good.
We brought up the Megalodon in 2021, and it's been a while since that project, and we really wanted to just do something fun. And I thought that the Nautilus has always been a really great design, so I thought we just might as well make a big-ass version of that.
Yeah, I don't know if this is public, but we saw the first version of the Megalodon when we were at your facility, and you guys had like just finished it.
Yep.
And so now it's hilarious seeing the unveiling of it, like, because we saw you pull it out of the box, and we were like, what is that about? We didn't ask. And so now here we are. And,
Well, Brandon, you're leaving out my favorite part of the Megalodon story, which is that you wouldn't show us what you were working on. So you're just like secretly all of you over in the corner working on something. And then we get revealed this massive piece of metal. So this is a great surprise.
so cool. Well, so I'm going to go clean this a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
for
sure.
5 to 7 business days, if that's okay.
5 to 7 years.
Okay. Dude, this is so sick. And what I hate to be a Megalodon hater, but I think this actually flips better than the Megalodon.
Really?
too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit more nimbler. The Megalodon's 1 1/4 inch square. This is a 1 inch square.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more agile all around.
But it feels great in the hand, weirdly enough. I mean, obviously, like, I'd be afraid of my fingers getting utterly destroyed, but, Oh my God. When did you finish this thing?
We finished it last night.
You finished this last night. So right now is near the end of the first day of Blade Show on Friday. And we went to Lucas earlier and he was like, no, you need to come back later because there will be something special. I didn't know that it was gonna be this special. Was this like brought in
Yep.
Today?
This and the Squiddy aluminum prototypes were brought in today. We had them fly out this morning.
Holy crap. I
dedicated.
mean, that's some real last second stuff, but I really, really love that you've achieved whatever this is.
It's a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece. Well, Lucas, thank you for a wonderful look at everything you've got going on here. You guys always have just some really interesting stuff happening. And, you know, on top of what you provide to the community already in the sense of your booth, I mean, obviously, I don't think we even talked about it really, but you've got the same tuning station happening this year that you did last time.
Yeah, the tuning station has been going great. We've added it to every show since the last, and it's been an awesome addition to have.
So you've been doing it every time now.
Every show will have a tuning station. You know, we want to be able to take care of Squid customers no matter where we are in the world. So I think it's awesome to be able to offer that because so many people enjoy their Squid products, but they've just used it so much that it doesn't perform like it used to.
Yeah.
So to give that life back, you know, you can see it in their eyes and their faces like, oh my God, it's like, it's back to life.
Dude,
So-
every time that I've come and gotten my products tuned up, it is legitimately like a coming back to life thing. I remember bringing my first Kraken that I had, the one I dropped down 3 flights of stairs.
Right.
And Andre turned it in to a utter masterpiece that was like factory new feeling.
Right,
So
yeah.
I think that it's really, really awesome that you guys brought that along with everything else you're doing. I really do think it gives a new life and it really does, you know, improve the customer experience a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go probably be more of a goblin around the show, so get
As
ready
usual.
for that. You know, as usual, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Lucas. I
Thank you,
appreciate all of this, and especially that. I mean, oh my God. But that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and a huge thank you to Squid for having us out here and letting us look at all the amazing products that they brought to Blade this year. Blade Show 2023 has been awesome, and it's an experience that I will cherish. So thank you guys for watching, and huge thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you want to support us on Patreon, tiers start at just $3 a month, and believe me when I say this, they help out a lot. So if you'd like to donate, consider clicking the link in the description. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go hunt down Brandon, who just stole the Juggernaut and is going to cost me at least $5,000 if I don't get it back right now. Hey, Brandon!